Hey everyone, and welcome to Jurassic World Evolution 2 Sandbox mode, and welcome to the Land of Elements, my very first build. First of all, a big, gigantic thanks to Frontier Developments for obviously handing me over the game early on, so I can bring this content to you exclusively today, alongside some other creators obviously, but we are allowed to post this already today, which is brilliant because it's a couple of days ahead of the official release on Steam, so you can expect a lot of content in these coming days. And also, I started with the Sandbox mode because I'm a creative player. I want to see what is possible in this game, especially after the last game is a little bit longer ago that I played it. And we are starting off with a typical Rudy. Let's do something that is not meant to be done in the game. Let's do something that is different, and this is building a park focused on the four elements, being air, being fire, being water, and soil or earth or dirt, however you want to say that, or whatever earth you are looking into, dirt. We can also call that dirt if you want. Now, I started off with this huge arrival plaza in the middle that is featuring the four icons of the four elements we were talking about. And I gotta say that the pathing works a little bit different than it used to be in Jurassic World Evolution 1. Even though it is, let's say, 90% the same, couple of things are different. I think it's mostly because it has some automatic circling tool now embedded into it. So it has a little bit of some issues here and there. You can't get these very clean looks in anymore because there are some kind of little, connection points that sometimes end up making this all look a bit more less. It's kind of a funny phrasing, making it look a little less clean, which I end up doing still, but I will have to change that for the next build. I wasn't really 100% happy with the final result when it comes to the pathing here. I left it the way it was because it is an enormous struggle to make that all work, and I spent already quite a long time playing this game, as you can imagine. We had some early access in here. I had the playtest a couple of weeks ago, which was not on my computer, that was on a remote setup, so the progress I made wasn't saved to my profile. So when we get the game early on, the game is basically at 0, as it will be for everyone, but oh my god, you have to play a lot to unlock all the stuff. And I made the huge mistake, which you guys will benefit from, that I played campaign mode because I wanted to. So I played the whole campaign mode only to learn that you basically do not really unlock anything for Sandbox. I mean, you do unlock a couple of things, but just to follow the campaign, and you're not unlocking different maps, you're not unlocking different areas, you're not unlocking different buildings and stuff, or different styles, or not even skins or whatever. So this is what Chaos mode and Challenge mode is for. So yeah, I was a bit frustrated when I was finished with the campaign, and I was like, okay, well, I like campaign, and again, you guys will benefit from it because we will play campaign in a slightly different way, but you'll see that today. We will have a video on that today, later this day. So if you want to see that, stick with me, keep an eye on the channel, subscribe if you haven't already, and you'll see the second episode as well of today's Jurassic World Evolution content drop. And then the next coming days there will be more, a couple of tutorials and stuff. Also, speaking of which, if you guys have a tutorial that you desperately want to have on this game that you already know of, let me know in the comments down below. I will try to make one this weekend so you have it right there for the coming week when the game is finally released, for everyone. That's the good thing. Now you can see I built already the land of the water and the land of air, or the air land, or whatever you want to call that area, and then we went over to fire. And honestly, I struggled quite a bit with fire because I knew that I wanted to have fire, but there is like legit nothing in the game that represents fire. We have some lanterns and stuff, but who am I to do that? And I ended up with the idea of kind of mocking Death Valley, because I thought, Death Valley is a desert which is pretty hot, that comes the closest to fire in my opinion, and I thought, what if we put all the carnivores in there and making that like a very deadly area to be in, then that makes sense. That could actually be the the area we needed. But whatever, this is just kind of my interpretation of that. I tried a couple of things, and I wasn't too happy with that, and so I went on first of all to the other areas. Also quite funny to see, if you place down things, they only appear if you hit play. So I have some ideas how to make some very cool stuff with it. I'm not yet there, but I think there's a kind of a little bit of a cool video idea I have with how the building works in this game, like the full building. It's kind of cool. Let's see how that turns out. I'm just testing this at the moment, but whatever. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. Trust me, it's going to be fun. But yeah, you can see I try to make these areas be separated by each other in different styles. So here we do have like a little edgy kind of fence, and on the other hand side we are going to have a little more of a flowing fence, and then on yet again the other part we are going to have a bit more zigzag and whatever, and we've got straight one. So just to make sure that all has a certainly different dynamic in that kind of sense. And also one thing I want to mention, I did not really pay attention to make the park functioning. I should have said that earlier on, but this is not the target of this video, okay? So not functioning in the means of the game, okay? Potentially it would be functioning as a real park, but not as the game requires it to be. So we don't really have all the buildings where they need to be. We don't have all the amenities where they need to be. But again, the game is super demanding when it comes to this anyways. So just imagine that being like a real park, and you can be a bit more free, and just imagine there will be some, I don't know, some shops, some vending machines, whatever, more across the park, and people will be happy anyways. But yeah, so one thing I noticed as well is that I am somewhat disappointed with the customizability of the lagoons. Like, I like the lagoons a lot, and we will see some really cool footage of the aquatic animals in today's video in the real-time part, but it's I'm really not sure, I'm a little bit on the split side here. It looks really cool, but it's yet very, very simple. So I hope maybe in the future we'll get some more customization options for the lagoons in whatever way that might be. But this would be really cool to get a bit of control, to just change a couple of things, maybe have a bit more of a control about how deep it is, or something like that, to just give it a bit more character, because otherwise the lagoons will always feel the same. With the aviaries, at least we can style the inside. You could make like one very sandy, deserty aviary, you can make like a tropical one, or you can make like a very much wetland one. That is definitely doable, but with the lagoons, it's just like a lagoon, but yeah. So over here, to just give it a meaning, there's going to be a tour in here. Funny side note, I thought in my, well, I'm not that young anymore, but I thought that the tour will automatically flatten the terrain. Oh boy, was I wrong. You will see this in the final video. The cars are just sliding everywhere in a tilt way. It's ridiculous. But again, for this build, this wasn't the main focus. The main focus was about the idea and the realization process, which I hope you guys enjoy. Now, yeah, that being said, this is it about my voiceover. I hope you guys enjoyed the voiceover so far. And there are a couple more minutes of speed builds with some music for you. And then we'll see each other again in the real-time part with the voiceover about this, and we are going to look at all the animals I put in here. They're not all dinosaurs in, but most of them, so you can actually see quite a lot of new animals that are in the game. So enjoy that one, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it so far. Jump over to the real-time part and keep on enjoying. See you later. Alright, welcome everyone to the real-time part. Yeah, you've seen the speed build of this wonderful project, and here we are in the real-time part. I did quite a lot of work, and oh boy, I have to jump in here with a little bit of criticism for the sandbox mode. So it appears that you do have to do all the management with like the scientists and stuff, especially for all the different points and treatments, treat points, blah blah blah, traits you need in order to release the dinosaurs. And you can see there are still helicopters coming over because you need to hedge the dinosaurs just as you always needed to. And I really hope they change it, but they didn't. And yeah, see, this is why I do have this whole facility over here as well. It is a little bit of a problem because it really takes ages to, you know, make sure the animals are going over. So for my next sandbox build, I definitely keep in mind to make that at the very beginning, to not do that all the way at the end. But we are not here for that, you know. This is the first sandbox build where we don't really pay too much attention to that. We pay attention to the design idea. And yeah, I've talked about that quite a lot in the speed build already, so here's just a little reminder. That is the 4 elements as it being air, perfectly shown here and underlined by this Dimorphodon flying over here. This one escaped, I guess, even though escapes are turned off. Whatever. On the right hand side we do have the fire represented by this whatever person walking over there. We've got water down here, and we've got the earth on the left hand side bottom part. And I struggled quite a bit with the earth part because I really didn't know what exactly to do, so I ended up doing that with you know, a couple of those wonderful big sauropods and stuff, and also making sure that we have a lot of different herbivores roaming around in the earth environment, and also making that all look and appear very brownish. Yeah, you know, it's kind of like dirt, you know. That's the reason why. Yeah, we've got a couple of wonderful dinosaurs over here. You can see Brachiosaurus looking at us, and we've got some, I think, I don't really know which ones I have. I just completely went crazy in here and went in with a lot more different dinosaurs. I know that we do also have some Diplodocus somewhere over here, and the Mamenchisaurus. Oh god, I'm so bad at the names. I'm very sorry for that. This one over here is also pretty interesting. This one is, and I forgot this name, but that's a new one as well, and it looks so funny actually. What is this animal again? It's definitely herbivore, and I mean, look at the snout or whatever this is. Like, I really love that one. It looks a little dumb, but I have a big heart for dumb ones, and this one looks especially cute in my opinion. I love the pattern. Also, we do not talk about all the patterns. My god, I know our friend Best in Slot is going to cover a lot about this, but I'm very much not jealous of him covering all of that, because it is ridiculous how much different combinations you have in here, because there are a couple of things we are going to talk about in different videos that you can do this time. We've got a lot of Gallimimus over here. They do actually hurt finally, so I mean, not finally, they did add that to the game already in one of the updates to Jurassic World Evolution 1, so it was pretty much obvious that they do it for this one as well. And yeah, we've got so many different dinosaurs roaming around here, and from above it all looks pretty small and stuff, but if you go down, it actually has a significant size. We've also people roaming around. This is like the aviary area, and of course we also do have some dinosaurs flying around. Or actually, as I learned, they're actually not called dinosaurs, are they? These are reptiles, so flying reptiles. So it's, in fact, even though dinosaurs are birds, these are no birds, so it's not dinosaurs. You know what I mean? I think, you know, again, as always, it's dangerously knowing only half of my stuff, but this is what we have. Also some really cool reptiles in here. Look at that one. I remember this, I guess it was from Jurassic Park 3, the movie. I remember this one. God, they look so gorgeous. Oh my god, you just landed perfectly fine for the camera, as if I paid you for that at the beginning. I really do like it. Look at the design of those animals. I just really like the design. This looks dangerous. Look at how sharp this edge looks. They can easily kill, like, cut off some people with that. That is just ridiculous. Okay, never mind. This is done, and you can see there's also like a pteranodon flying around, and we've got some different ones as well in here. So that's pretty cool. This one I forgot the name of, but this one's also pretty neat. I think that's the Dimorphodon. If we go over into the next one, we have some others as well. I'm not sure if they're in here. I think this one is empty, but that one is a particularly interesting one. Look at this fella over here. That is also somewhat an animal that you don't want to meet at night, hell, not even at daytime. So, again, I really do like this. And also, I think we really briefly have to talk about this because this is the first look at free-flying birds, kind of flying animals, not birds, but flying animals that Frontier have done that do not follow a predefined path. So they do actually fly in here as in a free area, which I think is very interesting because we all hope to get that one day for Planet Zoo as well, and we can actually look at it already as in, you know, that might be what we are going to expect. Since they're not flying around, let's quickly move over here in which we have a bit more movement. So we can actually follow this one over here. I can't click on it because I'm in capture mode, but we can actually have a little look on how good that works. We have some clipping over here, but that, you know, I can definitely live with that. I'm very interested also how they do interact with the environment. I think in a trailer I saw them landing on a tree. I haven't seen that yet in the game. Even though I know that this is something we can't compare with Planet Zoo because we don't have these single pieces to be put down, so you know, scenery pieces and stuff that will definitely lead to a different kind of interaction. But I think in terms of flying in general, it looks really, really, really good. It looks really decent. The movement doesn't look chucky or whatever. It doesn't look too weird, and I think the movement in general is really good, even though we still do have some bugs over here like that, you know. This one is like a colibri, or how that one is called, you know, just standing in the air and not moving anyways. I think it's a hummingbird, right? It's that's German. Don't mind me, okay? I'm just throwing in German names here. I think it's a hummingbird that is just standing in midair. In Germany, the name is colibri. So you learned something from me at least. Not about dinosaurs, though. About German names of animals. Here you go. Thanks for that, I guess. So yeah, I think it's really nice. They do have a certain love for these viewing galleries to be seated down there, up there, and I can't get in there. Hello, I want to go in there and have a look. God, that looks so good. Jesus, this looks so amazing. The pattern and everything, and yeah, I buy that. Okay, let's move over. The fire area is something I really had a little bit of a struggle with because I ended up putting all the carnivores in. I figured that they still kill each other even in sandbox mode. I did not find an option to disable that, so we might find some dead animals over here. But yeah, look at that with some Allosaurus, Betasaurus? I think, oh my god, I forgot the name again. I'm just not saying any names anymore because I potentially will be wrong. But I love that pattern. Look at that skin. It just looks fantastic. It just looks really, really awesome. I will have to learn a lot from you guys, and I promise to be a bit more precise in the next episodes. This is just me doing the first video here, being very hyped about this. But yeah, I talked a lot. Excuse me? Did you see that? Did you see what? Did you see this? What the? Have you... What the... Wait. But you saw that, didn't you? You saw that fish flying in midair, didn't you? I am awfully confused. Okay, we've got flying fish in here as well. If you didn't know that, this is a special feature you unlock. Excuse me? What are you doing over here? This is the Morphonomber, but what are you even doing here? Okay, that's a goat, but we don't have fish flying around anymore, right? Anyhow, this is like the fire area, and you know, that was the only idea I had with this like desert valley, like almost like a dead valley, or death valley, because of all the deadly animals in here. So maybe that makes sense, you know what I mean? Because of the, like, the original death valley is because of the temperature, which in fact will kill you. So here we don't have the temperature, but the dinosaurs that will kill you. I think that's a very nice metaphor, if you will. Never mind. Let's go further in, and this is into our land of water, and we do have some wonderful plesiosaurs in here that do have quite a big chunky lagoon, some fish swimming around. I'm still a bit confused why we can't really make the lagoons look different than they look, but okay. Then we have on this hand side over here, I think this is where the Mosasaurus is in, and these fellas over here I have forgotten the name of. We've got some viewing areas, we've got some little bubbles coming up. Of course, everyone needs bubbles. I mean, it looks freaking gorgeous, doesn't it? There's the Mosasaurus. But oh boy, that looks so fantastic. Like the underwater, and this is giving me hopes as well for Planet Zoo having full aquatic animals at one point. It looks really cool. The diving looks fantastic, and the underwater looks a lot better than in Planet Zoo. So it looks really cool, even though the interaction is not really that great because, well, you don't see that much from the viewing galleries, do you? You have to put quite a lot in to have like a good view. So you definitely need to use the capture mode as much as you can. But oh boy, does this look fantastic. This swimming down here, really cool stuff, really cool stuff. Okay, let's fly out here and have a last look at these areas over here with some of our dinosaurs. Let's go order. Okay, there's not really that much going on, right? Not really. It's quite a big area, so they can roam around quite a lot, so not really sure where they are. There's one, there's a big one as well over here. This one is a chunky one. Look at that. This is just the comparison is so crazy with the Gallimimus over here. Yeah, I mean, you know, as the first one, this really, I think, fulfilled its job, and it should be like a bit more of a creative build. You can expect a lot more creative builds from me. I will somewhat split that into one-offs like that one, and I will also have some, let's say, more realistic ones which still go into the beautification area, where I will focus mostly on making it look good and not be like super efficient, but I still want to make these parks function. To upload the park file for you, you can check it out yourself. I know it's not, you know, doable with Steam Workshop, but it should be doable with the save files somehow, so maybe we can do it that way. Not sure if so because of the player file, but we will see in the future when the game is finally released for all of you. So I'm very happy that I can share the stuff so early on with you, but that also means you guys have to wait a couple of days more until you can experience that yourself, and this is why I have you covered with a lot of content these coming days. How cool is that? So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm very sorry if it was a little bit jumping from A to B because I'm very hyped. It was a lot to play this week because I had to get this all done, you know, play all the challenge modes, the campaign and all that kind of stuff, alongside my normal job and stuff. That was really exhausting and really gave me a challenge. So here we are, finally with the release of the game. So I really hope you can appreciate that, you know, putting this much effort into it to bring this to you. And there's again a lot more coming, as promised. And also we will have some campaign mode. We will also have some, you know, less creative in terms of out of the box things, but just beautification focused sandbox builds. And I have a lot of great ideas about completely out of the box different kind of sandbox parks. I have 2 started which are very promising. So, you know, if you guys haven't subscribed yet and you want to see more of this stuff, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. We'll cover that quite a lot, as well as other games in the future. So yeah, really hope you guys are as excited for the game as I am. And now it's your turn. Let me know how you like the idea of this 4-element parks. Do you have ideas to make it better? Is there anything else you would have done with the 4 elements, or whatever do you think about this? And also tell me, what is your favorite dinosaur added to Jurassic World Evolution 2 that hasn't been in the first of this game? So lots of things. Please let me know in the comments down below. Helps me out, helps you out, helps everyone out. Let's start talking. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful weekend, and I talk to you in the next one.